Thanks for staying with us. Let's now turn our attention to the lingering fuel scarcities. Fuel queues still persist in some parts of Lagos State, with many motorists spending hours to get the products. Senior correspondent Sarah Ayeko is standing live for us to bring us updates on the situation. Sarah, give us update. Are things better today than they were in previous days?
So it's been, of course, for about 6 weeks now, we've been seeing these queues at various filling stations in Lagos and in major cities across Nigeria. And so this is just one of them along Bega area of Lagos, a very busy area in Lagos. And this is another independent fuel station. And so we just heard that for those who have been on the queue for for like an hour now, we just heard that there is no fuel again at this filling station. So it's closed, and it's for most of the motorists that have been on the queue for about an hour now. They say that they've been on the queue for about an hour, and then suddenly they heard that the filling station has to close up. So they can only sell for those cars in the area, in the perimeter, and then those outside do not have a chance to get fuel. At the NNPC filling station that we had gone to earlier, they have been selling petrol there at about 560 naira. At this filling station, which is one of the independent filling stations we have in Nigeria and in Lagos, they're selling for 635 naira. At these two filling stations now, they're not selling into jerry cans. Some are saying that this is the instruction they were given by the authorities and the stakeholders not to sell into jerry cans, but that is having an adverse effect on households, business owners. We saw a woman earlier really angry and bitter about how she cannot power a generator and the food in her freezer is getting spoiled. Another man who is a business owner along the road also talked about the fact that he's trying to power his generator and the filling stations are not selling into his generator. They're asking him to bring the generator now, not just the tank. They're asking him to bring the generator to the filling station and then they will be able to sell. They're saying that they're trying to curb the activities of black marketers, but it's having an adverse effect on households and businesses.
So I was just going to say that when you don't sell in jerry cans, of course, you're curbing the activities of black marketers, but those who run businesses, are also affected. But in terms of pricing, has there been any increase in pricing?
So at this filling station, they are selling for 635 naira. So along this road, we've not seen any black marketer. So we hear from someone else that how they are operating is they'll bring in the tank of a motorcycle or a generating set. They'll bring in the tank, sell into the tank, and then go pour it back into a keg or a jerry can, and then they sell to motorists who cannot queue at filling stations. And it's really very tasky for motorists and even for the black marketers, and that's what the filling stations are saying they're trying to curb. So you have to bring in your cars into the filling stations to get petrol. At the NNPC filling station we were at this morning, they were selling for 568 naira, 560 naira. And for people, they just have to stay on the queue for about 20 to 30 minutes. If you're patient, you will get petrol. And NNPC, from their statements that we've read over the weekend, has said that they're trying to ensure that they sort out the logistics challenges they've been facing for some weeks now. Hopefully they get their act right, and hopefully the stakeholders, from the downstream to the upstream, hopefully they're able to come to a round table to sort out these issues, because we're expecting that if they would envision or if they see ahead that there will be logistics issue, there should be some kind of reserve to cater to these marketers and ensure that the petrol, that's the product now, gets to the motorists. And so, but we're hoping that they get their acts right and they're able to sort out these internal wranglings, and so that motorists, commuters do not bear the brunt of whatever politics they're playing on their table.
Thank you so much, Sarah, for that update. Senior correspondent live for us in Lagos, where few queues are persisting. All right, let's turn to education. The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman, Governing Council of the Federal University Oye-Ekiti, Kayode Ojo, says he will pursue innovation and infrastructural development towards achieving the renewed academic standards of the university. The Pro-Chancellor gave the assurance when he led other members of the Governing Council on an official visit to the institution. The chairman expressed a readiness to engage major stakeholders across the globe in a bid to make the university one of the best in Africa. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Sunday Fashino, expressed optimism that with the coming on board of the University Governing Council, council members, the university will continue to take its pride of place in academics. Now let's talk politics. Leadership of the All Progressives Congress in Edo State says it will no longer tolerate the denial of access to state-owned facilities for their campaigns by the state government. The party leaders said this in Uromi during a word-to-word campaign. Details in this report.
Following the conclusion of the APC senatorial campaigns, the party has continued its word-to-word campaigns to drum support for the governorship candidate ahead of the September governorship election in Edo State. The campaign team held rallies in different wards in Uromi and Uzaya, all in Esa Northeast local government area, as some party leaders commended the people for their unprecedented turnout. They urged them to vote for their son, Senator Monday Okpoholo, the APC governorship candidate.
If we are ever going to do anything anywhere, we will use the government school built with the people's money, particularly the ones that built. Because if we carry politics beyond the bound of reason and deny us the right to use public property, we can deny him the right to drive on federal roads. We will deny him the right to fly through federal airports.
Take all of our children when they home and abroad, then they can't help you. Only on the Okpawolo, they buy 5 Sienna vehicles to put.
Most you can see for yourself. Our people are waiting, and people of Edo State have been crying, waiting for a change. The change has come.
There is one thing that has resonated with the people. The people believe in our party, and they also believe in our candidate.
For the governorship candidate and his deputy, their message is clear. The people should commit to ending the bad governance they have endured for the past 8 years by voting massively for the APC.
Number one agenda, security.
Una see him now. Obaseki promised us, play us wayo. He said he go give us 200,000 jobs. He not give us.
It is barely 1 month to the election and the APC is upbeat about their message resonating to the people.
Let's turn our attention now, still on politics, but this time in Benue State. A group under the aegis of G14 in the Benue State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has passed a vote of confidence on the Umaru Damagum-led National Working Committee. The leader of the G14, Laha Zevi, said peace, unity and respect for constituted authority must be prioritized for the PDP to move forward. Mayowa Kumato reports.
G14 meeting is to acknowledge the challenges arising from the conduct of the ongoing elective congresses to put executive structures for the party in the state. The G14 also appreciated the National Working Committee for the deployment of committees which conducted the World Congresses and Appeal Panel, which attended to petitions that arose from the exercise and delivered a firm and impartial justice to petitions.
We at this point formally welcome the Caretaker State Working Committee of the party led by AVN retired Napoleon Bali, which was appointed by the National Working Committee of our great party.
The group believed that the Napoleon Bali-led Caretaker Committee would do what is right and pledge support to the authority to succeed in their assignments in the state. They added that the exercise for the local government congresses, which held in 17 out of 23 local government areas in Benue State, went on successful, while 6 others are yet to be conducted pending the determination of a legal action brought by some members of the party.
As attested by the National Local Government Congress Committee to the state, the exercise under its watch was successful in all of the 17 local government areas where it held. We await the judgment of the courts and hopefully the eventual conduct of the exercise in the remaining 6 local government areas.
In their separate remarks, Williams Yotom, who spoke on behalf of Benue House of Assembly PDP caucus, describes the unity of the party as paramount and commended the G14 for the step towards resolving issues. On their part, Mrs. Veronica Gaji, who spoke for women, and Mr. Utan, who spoke for PDP youth, all sued for peace within the rank of the party in the state.
The tendency is that group tends to promote personality, but stakeholders promote the party. So we must emphasize the unity of stakeholders.
There is need for us to be united. There is need for us to work together as a team. There is need for us to reason together.
They also called for an end to the media war by members that turn to portray PDP as a crisis-reading organization. Mayowa Okwanto, TVC News, Makurdi.
In other news, but still in Benue State, the United Nations Children's Fund has reached out to pregnant women at the internally displaced persons camp in Otese, Guma local government area of Benue State. We have details in this report.
Chief of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF Field Officer in Enugu, Juliet Chulewe, leads other officials to the Otese internally displaced persons camp in Guma local government area of the state to identify and celebrate IDPs on the occasion of the World Humanitarian Day. Pregnant women were the focus as they were given mama's kits.
I feel it like I will go and use it to make something with it because I'm pregnant, and if I born, then I will make use of this thing.
UNICEF has been battling with the state of Benue for over decades, and we remain committed to strengthen our partnership with other development agencies, particularly the UN agencies, in ensuring that the rights of women and children are reached despite the current scenario whereby we have a lot of internally displaced children.
Earlier, humanitarian actors in the state had embarked on a walk to the State House of Assembly where they presented some demands.
Honorable Majority Leader, sir, distinguished members of the 10th Assembly, my colleagues, in the exchange of the humanitarian sector in this state, the guiding principles on the internal displaced stipulate in Principle 6 that displacement shall last no longer than 6.
Responding on behalf of the Speaker, Majority Leader Sete Tise pledged to support humanitarian workers in the state to achieve its aim.
So as an assembly, we are elected and we are very eager to partner with you in all things because we believe your job is creating peace and will bring development to the state of Benin.
In line with this year's theme for the World Humanitarian Day, let's always remember to act for humanity. Mayowa Okwanto, TVC News.